Let's start with the breaking news this afternoon. Chaos at Amazon. Multiple people shot, one man dead at the north side location near the airport. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it was not random. It was a targeted killing. Robert Bradfield is live on your side. Robert?
Well, good evening, Jeannie, and just an update from a previous reporting. You can now see the employees here at the Amazon facility now being able to leave this evening. This facility was on lockdown earlier this afternoon after a reported shooting. A man in his 20s, or a 20-year-old, we are told, was standing in line waiting to fill out an application when police say two men inside a silver vehicle got out of that vehicle and then targeted that man. He died here at the scene. Two other people were also shot, but they were treated and released. Also here tonight, this lockdown is also causing somewhat of a backup of Amazon vehicles trying to get into this facility. There are at least 8 semis that are waiting to get inside here as well, but some good news, at least in terms of the employees now being able to leave. That 20-year-old, again, we are told, was targeted by police. Police now looking for 2 men inside the silver vehicle. They then described, police did, what happened next at a news conference here earlier this afternoon. Listen to this.
2 black male suspects in their early 20s exited a silver vehicle that was in the parking lot. These suspects ran directly up to this victim, indiscriminately began shooting their handguns in his direction. The victim was unfortunately shot and killed right there at the scene.
Now, we are still waiting on that surveillance picture from police. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said there was surveillance video of this shooting, and they are waiting, or we are waiting, to get a surveillance picture of that silver vehicle. Also, that description there really vague from police. 2 black males in their 20s. We are still working to confirm more information about their identity so we can bring that to you as well. But police again here tonight saying this was a targeted shooting. It was not a workplace shooting. The 3 people that they are looking for, the 2 people who got out of that vehicle, and then the driver, were not specific Amazon employees, but the person who was shot and killed was filling out an application here this afternoon. And again, once we do get that surveillance picture of that vehicle, we will make sure to bring it to you both on air and online. But again, just looking over my shoulder, you can see some cars now leaving this Amazon facility here tonight. Reporting live on the north side, Robert Bradfield, First Coast News, on your side.